Today let's look at cylinders, or what starts out to be rectangles. So just drawing a square shape, or a rectangle shape rather. Now you can always do this with a ruler if you want to, but it's good to get used to doing straight lines and being able to draw anything really. So we start with a cylinder, a rectangle, sorry. Tidy it up. Now if we're going to make it a cylinder, it's got to have an ellipse on each end. So we'll put an ellipse on that end. And of course, if you can see the ellipse on that end, you won't be able to see it on the other end. Because it'll be underneath. Ellipses do take a bit of practice to get them even, and like a circle with ellipses, it's a good idea to be drawing one side of it with your hand going on the inside of the curve, like I explained in circles, and then turn your paper around so you can do the other side, and it's a bit more of a natural curve for you. Because it's strange, you can always get one end really good and the other end is not so good. It's the left-right thing. That's probably the best way to do it though. And then adjust it accordingly to make it look correct. Okay, so with our cylinder now, we're going to make it a three-dimensional object. So we'll take our 8B pencil and we'll start on this side and we'll make that the dark side. So using small circles. All this practice with shapes and making them three-dimensional objects gives you that practice time with your pencils and getting that nice even layer of tone. Draw along the edge to make it crisp. I'm just using long circles going round and round. And then as I come towards the middle, I lighten up so that we can go lighter and lighter and lighter over this side and create that look of light shining one side, dark on the other, and it gives that sense of three dimensions and popping out of the paper. Now to make something look three-dimensional, you need to get rid of any hard lines that are a different colour to the pencil that's adjacent to it. So along the edge there, you don't want a harsh line, a darker line. You want it to just disappear into the white. And we'll take away this, we'll just take it away lightly. There would also be a bit of shadow up there, and it's hard to figure out how much shadow would be there unless you're actually looking at something that you're drawing. We'll just put a little bit there. It's easier sometimes to draw something when you're looking at an example of it. Eventually, after you've drawn for quite a while and you've done a fair bit of practice, then you can draw things out of your head or out of your imagination. But until that time, while you're practicing, it's best to look at things and observe, because that's what art is all about. So let's draw this little, I don't know what it's called, where you tie a boat up on the pontoon. So we've got an example of a concrete pole there, and this little object here that you tie up boats to. So, and it's got the little interesting things poking out each side. So that'll give us something with a little bit more interest to draw. So we get the circle in the top like we talked about before with ellipses. Down each side. Just drawing lightly so that we can take out what we want to take out if necessary. Drawn in all the parts now and the edge of the pontoon. And you'll notice I've got a flat edge on my pencil here, an 8B pencil, and it just makes it a little bit easier to do those lovely smooth round circles that give you the first layer of tone. Now we have to keep that white, so we go around. And we need to keep that white. And despite the fact that it is white, it is quite dark on the shadow side, and you'll find that. Go lighter. And then you have to really be gentle when you get over into the middle. going to soften that right down with my rubber. Now if we want to smooth this out, to make it look smooth, get rid of all the bubbles, we use our tortillon or paper stub. And that will smooth it out. And get rid of that texture. That you'd naturally get when you're using soft graphite pencils on cartridge paper. And there you go, little cylindrical object on the edge of the pontoon. If anyone knows what they're called, please let me know in the comments below.